Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming at you from my basement. Another week, another episode. Oh boy, what is bugging me? It's not even worth talking about COVID anymore. It's really not. It is sad to see what's going on, but whatever. And I know I went off on the whole iPhone, Android thing last week, and it is true. It sucks. But, I mean, I've talked about this before too, and I want to bring it up again. The way we're all treating each other out there in the wild. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Manners or anything like that, but I've noticed a strong uptick in assholiness. It's a bummer too. It's like, I remember when I was in high school. And I remember, I always had respect and everything for upperclassmen and adults and all that stuff, and I behaved accordingly. But then I remember, not the next class after me, but the one after that. And I remember seeing the way some of those kids acted, and it was just so disrespectful and so shitty. I was floored. Well, imagine that, but it's nationwide now. And I actually have heard that it's worldwide, but I can only judge by what I see here in the U.S. But people are horrible, man. I mean, from motherfuckers standing directly in the middle of an aisle when you're shopping and talking on their damn phones, or motherfuckers just wearing a Bluetooth headset and walking along talking. Like, okay, first off, Bluetooth headset's kind of out, all right? Second off, why don't you do that when you're not shopping? Seriously. You're not giving your shopping enough attention. You're not giving the people around you enough attention. And you're not giving the person you're on the phone with enough attention. So why don't you be an adult and have that conversation later on when you can? I mean, I get a phone call real quick or making a phone call real quick in a store. And, hey, I forgot this. What was I supposed to get? Is this flavor okay? That kind of thing. But I'm talking about just walking through the store, carrying on a goddamn conversation for like the whole entire trip that you're there. I mean, I get multitasking, but get the fuck out of my way. Know what I'm saying? And the same goes for driving. I mean, people are just fucking assholes, man. I mean, whether I have to stop with one of my kids or something to stop and get them a burger or something at a drive-through. I've noticed people they want to stay so far back, so they'll hold up the entire line. Or the other one is, I don't know if you guys have been to McDonald's lately, but they have a thing where you drive up to the drive-thru and then you can either go off to the right and go around the outside or go to the left and go on the inside. So one time I was waiting in that line. I think I was getting breakfast before we were all heading out of town or something. And I was waiting in the long line with everybody, because when you get up to a certain point, then you can either go to the right or straight. So I'm waiting in line with a bunch of other people. Here comes this fucker in his car. He just drives on past everybody and takes the outside lane. Like, motherfucker, we were waiting, right? I mean, do you think we're all that stupid and you're that smart? Because I'm guessing that's probably not true. So it's just little disrespectful shit like that and the way people treat each other. I've talked before about people wearing t-shirts that say fuck or I love big titties or pussy is my life. What the fuck ever. I don't know. Just disrespectful horse shit. I mean, I'm not a prude, It's just that, I don't know. There's a time and a place for everything. And the way people behave lately, it's all about them. And fuck everyone else. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's hard to watch. It's hard to look at. And I'm pretty tired of it. So I'm trying to raise my kids to behave differently and be more respectful. And even when their friends are over, and friends have been kind of obnoxious or, dropped an F-bomb out loud or something and we've heard it. Again, I'm not a prude. I know they're going to cuss that way around each other and all that stuff, but I usually stop them and say, hey, man, I know you guys have your own conversations and you do whatever, But when you are around my house, you're not going to be saying that stuff out loud. Do you understand me? And I just kind of bring it that way. Just because if they get used to doing that and behaving that way, trust me, man, these are going to be the assholes that are driving around all the cars to get into the, fast food lane faster, or the dickheads that are on a phone call standing in the middle of the aisle, blocking everyone with their carts. And I mean, we could even take it out to the whole thing with, I don't know if you've been to Target or even Hy-Vee or Walmart, but they have this thing where, they hire employees that just go around and pick up things and shop for other people that do online orders, which, hey, man, it's okay if they have online orders and stuff. But I have had one of these fucking assholes reach up and grab like the last box of a certain cereal or something right when I was reaching up to grab it. And they're just shopping for people that have bought stuff online. So what do they give a shit? My opinion is this. If you really got to have that box of cereal, get your ass up off the couch, drive to the store, and get it. But if not, you're going to take whatever you can get. And where's the whole customers first thing or customer service thing? It's gone, man. It's out the door. I just, from people working at fast food drive-thrus to people working at some of these big box stores and stuff, or these big grocery stores, and just the way that these employees act and behave nowadays, it's insane to me. It really is. And I know, wah, old man, wow, kids these days, and all that stuff. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just pointing out that this is what I've seen, and that I think it's going to come at the detriment of all of us. I think we're all going to pay for this behavior and this lack of respect and caring for our fellow man. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. That's what's bugging me. It's something I wish that we could change a little bit and become better people, because it stinks. It really stinks that we can't treat each other with respect and care. So anyway, I'll stop there. I'm going to come back in a moment, talk about some things that I'm into right now. But before I do that, I'm going to turn it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. All right, we're back. Okay, what am I into right now? Well, I mean, I'm threatening to work on one of these gunpla models. I don't know when I'm going to, though. I just found out that this upcoming weekend, well, we don't have a lot of stuff going on, which is great, because last weekend was a whirlwind. Let me tell you a little bit about last weekend. And I think I talked last week about these assholes not wearing masks and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So my son was all set to go to court warming, and his girlfriend is one of the court warming attendants. They're just sophomores, so she can't be like court warming queen or whatever. But anyway, he was really excited, to go to this dance and to go hang out with his friends and take his girl out and look snappy and all that jazz. So we had ordered a corsage for her, and I had taken him to get another shirt and a tie and some stuff just to make sure. I mean, he already has a sport coat and pants, and he has other dress shirts and ties and stuff, but he wanted to do all black. So I had actually a skinnier black tie that I loaned him, and then we got him a black dress shirt. But anyway, we ran out to do all that and to pick all that stuff up and order all that stuff. And then come Saturday morning, the school canceled the dance. I shouldn't say canceled. They said they were going to postpone it. Well, dude, there's no way they're going to have that dance, I promise. And there's a lot of reasons why. But what I'm getting at, I don't want to get into the whole COVID thing. So what I'm getting at here is that, so my wife and I talked about it, and we discussed it with our son, and we decided just to have he and his friends over, and we made up a big meal for them. And his girlfriend was dropped off. We got pictures of them all dressed up. And, they just hung out here at our house. And we gave them a place to be. We gave them stuff to do. We fed them. And we just kind of went out of our way to make it a memorable night for them. Because one thing people don't think about when they think about all this COVID stuff is, boy, this is really fucking with our kids. I promise you. It really is messing with them. So think about that when your kids need something to do or a place to go or something like that. Anyway, I didn't mean to get into all that. So last weekend we were just really busy. I mean, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we had a volleyball tournament all day, which ended up really great. I mean, my daughter did really well, and her team ended up getting third place in this tournament. And then we had tickets to go see Belle, the film that I had talked about with you guys before, and told you about how beautiful this film was, and we were excited to see it. My daughter was all jazzed. We had tickets. We ended up having to cancel those and get them later. We ended up not going to the movie until like 9:45 at night on a Sunday night. Now, my wife was off the next day. It was MLK Day. And my daughter, they were off school the first 2 days this week. But I had to go to work. And I had threatened to take the day off, but I didn't. Anyway, we went and saw the film. And it really was everything that I thought it would be and a little bit more. All I can tell you is, if you're going to watch this film or you're going to go see this film, bring some tissue. It's very emotional. It's amazingly gorgeous visually, emotionally, and as far as the story, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's definitely a little quirky and different, especially for us Westerners. I mean, we don't see things and do things the same way as people from the Asian countries, you know, especially Japan. We do like things that they export, like, you know, anime and stuff like that. It's kind of a big thing for us, and sushi, I guess, and electronics, of course. But it's still a beautiful story, and it is really touching and just really visually stunning. So if you get a chance to see that film, I would recommend that you do. It is a little long. It's a little over 2 hours, I think. But man, it is solid as a rock. Definitely check that film out if you get a chance. Belle. And the director is Mamoru Hosoda, I believe. I think that's his name. I don't know. I'll get the fine details on it and put it in the notes here. So anyway, that's one thing that we saw. Let's see, another thing. We've been watching that Toast of Tinseltown. I told you guys about that, the return of Stephen Toast, but now he's in Hollywood. And it's good. It's just very different. It's very different from the original Toast of London. Not as madcap, of course. And then at the same time, there are moments that are extremely madcap and zany. But it's just a different way to approach Stephen Toast and his scenarios. So anyway, it's good. We still enjoy it. I think it's on BBC America or something like that. Let's see, what else? Oh, the trailer for Moon Knight came out on Monday. Wow. This is the one with Oscar Isaac, a.k.a. Poe Dameron, playing Mark Spector. Moon Knight's a favorite of mine. I read a lot of Moon Knight stuff when I was a kid, and every new series, everything that comes out with him, I read now. I'm in the middle of this new series of his. It's just one of my favorite comic book characters. I'm really looking forward to that show, man. It looks amazing, and it's set to come out in March. So check out that trailer if you get a chance. It looks awesome. It looks very dark also for a Disney Plus show. Speaking of which, I started watching The Punisher, the series that was on Netflix. I never did watch that. I'd watched Daredevil and seen him on there and stuff. But yeah, I started watching that show, and I watched the first 2 episodes of the first season, and man, it is solid. Yeah, gory, violent, disgusting at times, you bet. But pretty much 100% Punisher. So I'll be curious to see how Disney translates some of this stuff. I have heard that they're working on a script with Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool 3, and that film is going to be the first rated R Disney film. which is interesting to me. We'll see. We'll see how it goes because, dude, those Deadpool films are extremely raunchy. I'm not even talking about the violence. I'm talking about all the sexual raunchiness. So I'll be curious to see how Disney does with that kind of thing. That's about it for watching. I did start watching a documentary series also last night, actually. And it's on Netflix. I think it's called Ultimate Con Man or Hunting the Ultimate Con Man. But it's about a dude in England who basically all through the 90s and then the 2000s up till now has been a pretty, high-end con man. Would tell people that he worked for MI6. I think the biggest mistake he made is he got involved with an American woman and was trying to scam her and her parents. And that's what brought the FBI into it. And I'm not cracking on Scotland Yard because they're a very amazing organization as well. But boy, once you get the FBI involved. So I believe, I don't know, I've only watched like the first 2.5 episodes, but it seems like that's what ended up being his undoing. Because the FBI don't fuck around. When you're talking about American citizens in another country, they ain't playing around. They're going to get them back. And that's the thing he would do, too. He would take like people's daughters and stuff and brainwash them into thinking that they were like running from the Irish Republican Army and he's an MI6 agent and he could get them trained to be one too, but they had to stay on the down low and stay away from her family and basically brainwash them and kind of kidnap them. This one young woman was missing for 10 years, basically, and her father never gave up, man. He was trying to find this guy and find her the whole entire time and just going after the police until they would finally investigate. And now she is in the documentary, so obviously she either came back or was found. But yeah, interesting. Check that out if you get a chance. Let's see, music. I mean, nothing really new. I did listen to the new Kanye West song, or Ye, or Yeezy, whatever. I still stand behind what I said originally, which is the first 3 albums are good. Fuck the rest. Let's see, what else have I been listening to? Oh, Urge Overkill's album comes out, I believe, in early February. I'm looking forward to that album. It looks really great. I believe it's called We, like O-U-I, We. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be a big one. And other than that, I mean, yeah, I've been spinning records here and there. Nothing really new or different to talk about in that respect. You guys kind of know where I stand, what I listen to, which is a little bit of everything. Let's see, books. I got a backlog of comics to read, including, I think, at least one new issue of Moon Knight and plenty of others. Or Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, or whatever that one's called. Some Star Wars ones from the High Republic. That kind of stuff. I gotta get through those and read some more of those. King Spawn. There's 2 new issues of that, I believe, that I need to read. 2 new to me. And then we go to Gunpla. I talked about it earlier, but I have been preparing in that I've been purchasing tools and stuff like that to, make my builds a little bit better. I don't care to make them as fantastic and realistic and to know about every single character and have a favorite Gundam and all that stuff that people do in the Gunpla clubs and groups and stuff that I'm a part of and on Facebook. I'm not putting those people down. Man, that's their passion and their love, and that's awesome. And they like really taking these models and taking them to a new level. That's not what I'm about. I am about putting these kits together, these Gunpla kits together. And, I do want to make them a little bit better. I want to do like panel lining and some of that stuff. And I want to make sure that I'm getting any decals or anything like that on there perfectly. So I would like to remove some of the nubs with some light sanding, things like that. But I am not going to get into the super crazy high-end stuff that people were doing. It's just not in the cards for me. That being said, I have 5 kits on that I need to build still. And I have one I haven't completed, my Exia one, because I screwed that one up in one part. And I don't know. I've just been thinking on it, trying to figure out how I'm going to fix it. Basically, I cut off some nubs that I thought were nubs that connected to the tray of, they give you these different trays that are just full of parts, and you have to cut them off there with your nippers and stuff. And I think I cut off these parts on 2 of the arm, like up on the upper, bicep area, that there's nubs on the outside that hold this one piece down, and they must have just looked like regular nubs, and I cut them off. So I got to figure out how to fix that, but I will. Probably some super glue, but it might take a little more than that because I need to, anyway, it might take a little more than that. We'll see. So I got that one on hold, but there are some new other ones that I've gotten that I want to try and build before I go back to that one. Because I'd like to be a little more well-seasoned by the time I start trying to do special things with that one. All right. But anyway, I love those, man. I really love doing them, and I long to do one again. Don't know really when it's going to be. We've just been so busy, and with having a Sunday volleyball tournament every weekend, it seems, it's going to be difficult to really get into the detail of making one of those, because to me, it's like one of those things that requires me to just sit down and complete it. Now, I know some of those I won't be able to do, some of the master grade ones, because they take 8 or more hours. So that would be like a couple days I would work on that one. But still, I'd be able to work on it, Saturday during the day, and then come back Sunday and finish it up. Right now, that's not really possible. So I'm going to stick with the lower grades, the reality grade or high grade, ones that are a little bit smaller and a little less fancy, and complete those, and then I'll come back to these higher end ones. So, that's it. Not much else to say, guys. That's about all I'm into. I really can't think of anything else to share with you guys. I appreciate you guys listening. I mean, the podcast is doing good, as good as it's gonna. I'm not expected to break through and have a zillion listeners. But please pass it around to your friends and family or whoever you think might be interested in listening to it. And please, answer the questions, interact if you can. I appreciate it. If you go to anchor.fm and find the Dad Snark podcast there, it links to a WordPress page I have, and to the different places where you can download the podcast or set yourself up to subscribe so it downloads every week. That's, spread the word, man. If you like it and you think you know somebody who might like it, spread the word. More the merrier. That's my opinion on that. Now, I will say this. Seems like PP, Mike, and I might be able to get away a little bit Saturday this week and get on over to our favorite Mexican joint and have a little food and drink. Got to be real careful when I go there. I have a tough time controlling myself because I have such a fun time and tend to just want to drink like a fish. So got to watch myself and not do that. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to it, man. I love going there. I love the people that work there, the staff. And I love going there with my friends. So I think that'll be pretty fun if we get a chance to do that. That's it, guys. Not much else going on. I appreciate you guys listening. Keep it up. I'll have another one here for you next week. I don't know when we're going to do these Hot Wings Challenge deals, but we will. Keep on tuning in. I'll catch up with you next week, and get off my lawn.